Hello there dear YouTubers, my name is King1993 and in this video I'm gonna talk about which type of weapon should be given to which type of characters and which weapon is the best weapon when it comes to highest amount of damage dealing. Okay, or in case if you do not know which weapon is better than the other, then this video will be able to help you. Okay, so first of all let's go to this website called Genshin.gg and then go to tier list and then go to select this Claymore, and eventually you will see that there are 5 main DPS character, one sub DPS character and one utility characters. Main DPS character does the maximum amount of damage dealing, and sub DPS characters are basically like they do a lot of damage dealing, but their damage dealing are not as high as the main DPS, and also at the same time they can also be used as a support characters, and utility are mostly support character because their skills are made in such a way that it can help the main characters to do a lot of damage on the enemies. Okay, so in case of you're wondering which type of weapon you should be giving to them, then here is the chart which I have made. In this chart I'm gonna show you, for example, energy reserve weapon is the best quality weapon for Beidou, not for Chongyun, because his ability is made in such a way that you do not need to give him any type of energy recharge weapon. But for Beidou, if you give Beidou an energy recharge weapon, then her ultimate can be used by the other characters as well. Okay, so in case if you are wondering that which type of weapon is a best energy recharge weapon, then just go to this website called Genshin Genshin Impact Claymores, and eventually this page is gonna appear. Click on this page and eventually you will come down here and then select in this place on the second chat and scroll downwards. As you scroll downward, you will see that there are 4 there are 4 energy recharge weapon. Now out of these 4 energy recharge weapon, there is 3 4-star and 1 5-star category. Now in case if you are wondering, okay, which one is the fastest, obviously this one, Feminist Great Sword. Feminist Great Sword has the highest amount of uh, energy recharge, and also at the same time it has the lowest amount of cooldown. Okay, so highest amount of recharge and lowest amount of cooldown. Now in case if you are wondering what this is, this first one is an indication of refinement level 1 and this one is refinement level 5. So at refinement level 5 the maximum amount of cooldown is 6 seconds. Okay, so this is the greatest sword or Claymore which I recommend for Beidou in order to use our ultimate. Otherwise, if you want to give Beidou or any of these characters, okay, Beidou or any of these characters any type of maximum amount of damage dealing weapon, then give them high attack percentage weapon. Okay, because high attack percentage weapon by itself has a lot of damage dealing and they can do a lot of damage. So as a result, I recommend these to all of the character if you want to use all of them as a main DPS character. But if you want to give Beidou as a support character, then give her an energy recharge weapon, Feminist sword, that is Feminist Claymore. Now what about critical damage or critical rate or critical damage? Now this is one of those things that these are secondary, because in order for high critical rate to work you must need to have high critical damage. In order for high critical damage to work you need high critical rate, so one is dependent on the other. So in that regards I suggest that you try not to get a high critical rate or critical damage weapon, because if these and either of these are low, it is not gonna be work properly. Now what about elemental mastery? Now for elemental mastery to work, your character must need to have high amount of damage output also, but if the damage output is low and the elemental mastery is high, it's not gonna work that much. Okay, what about HP bonus? Now HP bonus is a second it is also a secondary factor. It is not that much important, because if you have a good quality shield character such as Noel is a free character, that is you can use Noel's shield and majority of the damage is gonna get blocked. And also Noel does HP damage dealing both at the same time, HP recovery and damage dealing both at the same time. But despite that, you want to give, if you want to give this HP bonus type of weapon to any of these characters, then you can give them. These are the things which are here, but I do not recommend them because at the end of the gameplay, that is this HP recovery not gonna be able to help you that much. Okay, also I have tried this bell on other characters as well, and to trust me, any character which doesn't have healing, this one will not work. And what about physical damage dealing? Now bonus physical damage dealing is the only thing which I recommend for only one character, and that is Eula. Eula is an exception. Normally this game is a combination of elemental mastery or elemental reaction, sorry, not mastery, elemental reaction, whereas Eula by herself is not an elemental reaction or something like that, rather she can do a lot of physical damage dealing, which is why for this exception, okay, I recommend this 5-star or the 4-star physical damage dealing weapon for the Eula character. Normally in other of my videos I suggest that you try not to get a physical damage dealing weapon, but for this case of Eula I suggest that you try to give her a physical damage dealing weapon. Okay, now let's move on to the next point of which weapon should be considered as the strongest weapon in the game. Now in order for you to understand what is the strongest can mean two things, which are the strongest in general and which is the strongest and you currently have. So a bit of confusion occurs because no one knows what is the best amount of damage dealing weapon, so many people will not know which one to upgrade. Okay, so this part of the video I'm gonna tell you about that. First of all, let's talk about this chart. What is the condition of a good quality weapon? A good quality weapon has low to zero cooldown, has no negative effect, and always maintains near constant damage output. So let's talk about it. Prototype Archaic has the highest amount of damage dealing, but it takes 15 seconds to cool down. Same can be said about this one, which is why, because of this cooldown, the weapon which is just below it, which I have marked as star or written here as good, is gonna go to the top. So in that way, Skyward Pride is a weapon which I recommend to any player, or this Unforged. I recommend these two weapons for any players who are using it because they have no cooldown and also at the same time they will be help you to do the maximum amount of damage possible. Wolf's Gravestone is a bad example because in order for this to work, your character must need to have HP lower than 30%, and this damage can only happen for 12 seconds and can only happen once every 30 seconds. So this weapon here is too much constricting. What about Songs of Broken Pines? It takes 20 seconds of cooldown. Now in case if you are wondering what is these two numbers, this lowest one is an indication of refinement level 5 and this highest one is refinement level 1. So even at refinement level 5, this sacrificial great sword, that is, it still takes 16 seconds to do this maximum amount of damage. So obviously it is a weapon which I do not recommend. Now in case of Favonia's great sword, you can give this Favonia's great sword to Noel or any of the character and their elemental burst energy will recover within a shortest period of time. Okay, this is the only weapon as a energy recharge weapon that I recommend. Otherwise you guys can use this chart as a great example of which weapon you have and which weapon are worth upgrading, because at the end of the day this weapon is about 2000 points better than this White Blind. Sorry, not 2000, actually 200 points better than this white blind. So basically speaking, a prototype archive, when using this calculation of second, that is, I have found that this prototype archive is actually better than these three weapons here. Okay, so the higher the cooldown rate, the lower it is gonna get in the ranking of which is the good weapon. Okay, but despite all that, I'm gonna say that play at your own play style, and if you want to know more information related stuff about this, then you can definitely come to my channel and get more on other weapons as well. I already made videos regarding bows and catalyst, and there are also here which one is considered good, bad, and which one has the highest amount of damage ceiling. Now do remember one thing, that Thundering Pulse, which I have rated here, is refinement level 1. Even at refinement level 1, it can obviously defeats all the others, but I'm gonna see what happens at refinement level 5. What will this percentage will stand. Now for the catalyst, now the best catalyst in the 5-star weapon category is this Memory of Trust. Okay, so anyway, that will be it for today. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get this type of content on a regular basis. Okay, thank you.